Hello and welcome to today's St. Ogan Nature Center story. Today's story is called The Party. On a warm morning flooded with sunshine, Antoine, a child of about 3 years, was standing alone outside a cafe when a tall, assertive man in a brown derby approached him and asked him if he needed help. The man in the derby was surprised to hear the clear-eyed Antoine respond that he didn't need help for a long time. Is it 3 o'clock? The man told him that it was, in fact, nearly 3. Antoine thanked him, and the derbied man determined to keep an eye on the child from inside the cafe. For nearly a half an hour, Antoine busied himself at his square of sidewalk, hopping after and singing to a grasshopper for some of the time. At last a man wearing a gray driving cap came to Antoine and presented him with a gift-wrapped box tied up in a wide sun-gold ribbon. Antoine happily waved goodbye to the driving-capped man and began heading excitedly around the corner of the building. The man in the brown derby, disturbed that such a young child was unattended, determined to follow behind Antoine about 30 feet. Before long, Antoine turned to ascend the steps of a brownstone flat, and he recognized the man in the brown derby. Antoine was happy to see him again, and indeed invited him to come into his birthday party. The man in the derby, still filled with concern for Antoine, resolved that he would escort the child in. The door of the apartment was opened to them, and after entering, the man in the derby saw Antoine give the gift to a curly-haired woman in glasses, presumably his mother, who led everyone in singing Happy Birthday. She was smiling and asking the other children what they thought was in Antoine's box. After these children had finished guessing, she turned to Antoine and asked, more seriously and as if in a dream, "Antoine, what do you think is in the box?" Antoine took the box from his mother and showed it to the children, and here is what happened. The face of the box toward the children became transparent, allowing the contents of the box to become visible as Antoine spoke of them. Antoine spoke of Abraham as the children looked into the box, and they saw Abraham sitting down to eat and hearing his name called. They saw his look turn far more sober, even heavy-hearted, because now God has commanded him to sacrifice his beloved son Isaac, his only heir at Moriah. Antoine then told the children of Abraham gathering wood, and the children looked and saw him carrying the fire and the knife. After this, the children heard Isaac ask Abraham how they were going to find a lamb for the sacrifice. "God will provide," he answered. Antoine returned the gift to his mother and asked the man in the derby if he wanted to play.